people harmony. Beautiful people, tell me what it is. Love is the answer. Bitterness, what they want to do, what they want to do. People lamenting. Everywhere you go, people just they cry. What is the answer? To love yourself, them people. To love yourself, them people. Action, this is louder than words. That is the answer. My good people harmony. Beautiful people, tell me what it is. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Love is the answer. Find out yourself, cause you love your country. You have happiness because you love the whole world. My answer. Why good people harmony? Beautiful people, tell me what it is. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Love is the answer. Let me show you what I want. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Let's show it. Let me show you what I want. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Let's show it. Everybody got to be brothers. Never to mind any borders. Action, this is louder than words. That is the answer. My good people harmony. Beautiful people, tell me what it is. Love is the answer. Let me show you what I want. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Love is the answer. Let me show you what I want. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Let's show it. Let me show you what I want. That's what's so good to share together. Nothing about us as under. Love is the answer. Love is the answer, man.
Driving alone, go past your house. Nothing's wrong, cause you've been out. Good morning, messages. Texting your phone, message unread. Are you alone? She in your bed. Got so many questions in my head. Look at me, you got me out here acting a fool. You don't wanna act right. I'ma show you what it feels like. Yeah. Ooh, baby, can play the
trust they cry. What is the answer? To love is to serve them people. To love is to help them people. Action, this is louder than words. That is the answer. My good people, how na day. Beautiful people, tell me what you did. That is the answer. When we show one another, that's how we grow together. Nothing puts us asunder. Love is the answer. And mankind is citizens. Find out yourself cause you love your country. Your happiness you can because you love the whole world. Ima is the answer. My good people, how na day. Beautiful people, tell me what in day. Love is the answer. When we show love to one another, that's how we go grow together. Nothing go put us asunder. Love is the answer. When we show love to one another, that's how we go grow together. Nothing go put us asunder. Blessings go shower. When we show love to one another, that's how we go grow together. Nothing go put us asunder. Blessings go shower. Everybody got to live as brothers, never to mind any borders. Action, they say, speaks louder than words. That is the answer. My good people, how na day. Beautiful people, tell me what in day. Love is the answer.
Good morning to each and everyone. We are so excited to finally welcome you to our arts online show live stream entitled My Katha, Words of an Artist.
As this live streaming starts, we would also like to introduce ourselves first as your hosts for today's activity.
I am Angela Baraza and here's my partner,
Joy Mina, and welcome to our live streaming for today entitled
The Arts Online Show,
My Katha, Words of an Artist. My Katha, ang deep ng word na to Ano pang ibig sabihin nito? Angela?
My Katha means author or writer. And we all know naman na na-involved na ang writing sa iba't ibang art form. So, it's a word of an artist. Kaya yun yung team natin ngayon. And later on, marami tayong matututunan dito at matututo rin tayo magsulat.
Nakaka-excite naman ang topic natin for today.
Yes naman, partner. Hopefully marami matutunan ng ating mga viewers, especially sa mga aspiring media artists dyan.
This art show is actually part of our immersion. And gusto namin may apply ang lahat na natutunan namin sa CCP's arts online shows.
That's why it is a pleasure for us to moderate for today's activity. To begin this live streaming, we would like to encourage you to participate to our event. Open ang comment section para sa lahat ng mga katanungan nyo.
You can also like and share this live stream. And of course, like the Martin Bangus Facebook page.
So wag na nating patagalin pa at ipakilala na natin ang ating mga upcoming performers. Let us listen and admire their talent and be inspired sa kung paano nila nahasa at nahubog ang kanilang talento.
Let us welcome the music team of Arts and Design.
Hindi mo maintindihan kung bakit ikaw ang napagtitipan na ang halik ng kamalasan. Ginapang mong marahan ang hagdanan para lamang makidlakan sa kaitaas-taasan. Ngunit kaibigan, huwag kang magpapasindak kaibigan, hindi lang sa iyak. Dahil wala rin mangyayari, dahil walang mapapala, huwag mo tigilan ang pagbuhos ng ulan. May panahon para maging hari, may panahon para magsaya, dahil ang buhay natin ay sadyang ganyan. Umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, huwag kang maawa sa iyong sarili, isipin na wala ka ng silbi sa nalubhasang kalokohan. Bukas sisikat din muli ang araw, pero lamang sa may tiyagang maghintay. Ngunit kaibigan, huwag kang magpapasindan. Kaibigan, itaasang mo, dahil wala rin mangyayari, dahil walang mapapala, huwag mong tigilan ang pagbuhos ng ulan. May panahon para maging hari, may panahon para magkapa, huwag mong tigilan ang pagbuhos ng ulan. Umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, dahil walang mapapala, huwag mong pigilan ang pagbuhos ng ulan. May panahon para maging hari, may panahon para masaya, huwag mong pigilan ang pagbuhos ng ulan. Umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, umulan, umaraw, sign, wala yung share. Ang next song po namin ay para mula sa inyo. Alam mo ba na hindi kita magugustuhan kung pangit ang ugali? Kaya sinta, sana ay huwag ka nang magtaka kung ba't naman ibig sa'yo. Ikaw ay angel na napagpag po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Lahat ng mga kaibigan dyan, like and share, subscribe. Ay, ban. Ang pagpigla kang nawala sa aking piling. Kung ikaw ang nagbibigay ng kulay sa aking puso at damdamin, ikaw ay prinsesang napadpad sa malayo. Ako ang aliping gagabay sa iyo, pabalik sa palasyo. Habang tayo'y nalalakbay, ako ay nahulog. Sa'yo, sabang ka pala sa pinipinawal yan, I love you. Like and share. Ikaw ay ang nagpapadpad sa inyo. Ako ang demonyo gagabay sa iyo, pabalik sa langit. Habang tayo ay paakyat, ako ay nahulog sa'yo. Thank you po. Thank you po sa lahat. At meron pa po kaming isang last song.
Yung sa siya tapos sa mga
Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, sisigaw ng sabay-sabay. Let's go! Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, sisigaw ng sabay-sabay. Kapayapaan, 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 kulay man natin magkaiba, mundo natin ay isa, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, sisigaw ng sabay-sabay. Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, sana'y pag-ibig na lang ang isipin ng bawat isa sa mundo. Sana'y pag-ibig na lang ang isipin, sana'y makatotoo. Bilog na naman ang buwan, ilabas mo na ang kalukuhan. Huwag mo nang pipigilan pa, sige lang, ang tuloy nyo ilalabas din lamang. Kabilog na naman ang buwan sa mabilakad, merong kape, may tabak ng sindi-sindi. Sa sinag ng bilog ang buwan, siya'y nagdalabit na nakabikini. ilalabas nyo na ang kalubuhan. Huwag mo nang pipigilan pa, sige na sige pa. Ang tuwin nyo ilalabas nila lamang. Pabilog na naman ang buwan. Thank you po. Like and share po sa lahat ng aming design. Salamat po.
What a wonderful performance we had by our very talented arts and design music team. Nakaka-good vibes talaga yung pagkanta nila, andun yung enjoyment, tapos yung willingness nila na ilalabas talaga nila yung talent nila. So, kamusta naman kayo? Nagustuhan niyo ba o kulang pa?
If kulang pa, we would also like to show you a short film made by our aspiring filmmakers of the Bupan City National High School.
The production crew is our very own Maarten Bamus na talaga namang sumusubok na sa iba't ibang contest filmmaking sa iba't ibang lugar. Grabe, astig naman talagang Maarten Bamus.
And right now, mapapanood natin ang dalawa sa kanilang mga nagawa na film.
Kaya hindi na natin patatagalin pa. Let's go!
No bakla.
Wala kayo.
Pare! Ano yung pagkain mo?
Ano na ang problema mo?
Bakit?
Bakit basang-basa ka? Okay ka lang ba? Bakit? Okay lang ba?
Ayaw ko na pumasok.
Bakit?
Ate, ayaw ko na pumasok.
Bakit?
Lagi na lang ako binubuli ate. Ayaw ko na talaga.
Kuya,
Binubuli ako kasi ganito yung suot ko.
sorry. Sorry.
Ate. Ate.
Makakabili na ako nito. Uy! Hi, chicks! Hi, Pogi!
Wala akong idea kung ano yung soji eh. Soji, I don't know. I'm soji.
Soji. Wala eh. Wala akong makakuan na ako eh.
Soji. Parang, ano ba? Wala akong idea eh.
Pwede niyo po bang i-explain sa amin kung ano po ba talaga ang soji, sir?
Soji? Sige. Soji ay sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. At nangangahulugan ito na ito yung tatlong aspeto na kailangan sigurong matignan o malaman ng mga tao hinggil sa pagkakaiba-iba at saka diversity ng sexualities at genders sa kahit anong locality, bansa, syudad, o kahit anong setting.
Ay, so bagong term siya ng ano.
Now I know.
Since nung bata ko, kasama ko na kasi sa mga girls.
Actually, hindi ko din alam kasi parang nung grade 7 kasi ako, dun na talaga yung parang, pag may nakikita na akong babae, gusto ko na to, ganun. Like, hindi na siya yung normal na nagagandahan lang, ganun. Nagkaka-crush na talaga, nagkakagusto, ganun. Pero at the same time, na-attract pa din sa lalaki.
Kasi nararamdaman mo yun. Kusa mo na lang mararamdaman.
Sabi sa sarili mo na straight ka.
I'm attracted to a boy po talaga.
Agenda, lalaki ako. Male talaga. 100% na lalaki. Kasi ang essence ng pagkalalaki ko, may anak na ako eh. Di ba? May katibayan na tayo eh, di ba?
Una talaga, syempre, pag nagkagusto ka sa babae, pag sinabi mong may gusto ka sa babae, unang tingin, tomboy. Sasabihin, tomboy yan.
Yung identity, hindi naman ako na magkakamalan eh. Tingnan mo naman sa face ko mukhang berdugo, di ba?
For me, benefit. Kasi first of all, nag-benefit siya in a way that mas naging confident ako sa sarili ko and mas marami ako nakilalang friends, especially LGBTQIA community.
Naging benefit naman kasi ngayon, at least kahit pa paano tanggap rin ako ng parents ko. Tapos, yung ganitong gender ko, maraming naman nagkakagusto, tsaka the way na pagbibigay rin ng talents.
Oo, syempre kasi kapag yun nga yung ganun ka, tas hindi may iwasan na may mag-judge sa'yo.
To be openly LGBT is really not a requirement. Kung nararamdaman mo na hindi mo pa kayang maglantad, pero nalalaman mo sa sarili mo na LGBT ka, hindi mo kailangang ilantad yung sarili mo if you're not comfortable. At mas lalong hindi yun pwede gawin ng ibang tao sa'yo kasi ikaw lang may karapatan na magsabi nun. I guess, the biggest siguro, yung pwede mong ma-assure sa sarili mo is kung out ka sa sarili mo. Kung ikaw mismo ay nalalaman mo, kahit hindi ka sigurado, basta alam mo na bahagi ka dun sa isang mahaba at malaking spectrum na nagsasabing ikaw ay hindi ka sa typical o dun sa nakagisnan sa kasaysayan natin na pagkalalaki at pagkababae, na yun lamang. Marami ka pang pwedeng maramdaman at hindi naman mahalaga na yun ay i-express mo agad-agad. Give yourself time, give yourself a lot of opportunities to learn, and eventually you'll find your way to a freer and more accepting world. Ayun.
Yes, I'm proud of my Soji. Siyempre ako isang babae.
I'm Anna Dominic S. Lucena. I'm straight.
I'm Angel and I'm bisexual. Yes!
Why?
100% proud. Kasi I have someone special right now.
I'm Nika Tambogon. I'm bisexual. I'm proud.
Oh, I am Geraldo Cabanban, proud to be a man.
I am Emran J. Perez and I am proud to be a gay.
Wow, talaga, hindi na itatanggi ang galing nila, pati na rin ang producer nila si Sir Widmark Balmores. Pero bago naman natin ituloy ang ating program, shout out sa mga nanonood dyan! Share nyo ng video na ito para marami pang makanood.
Shout out sa mga kaklase namin.
And hello sa inyo! So yun, pero hindi pa dyan natatapos ang ating performance. Meron pang susunod. Ay, grabe, excited na ako para dito, Joy.
Ay, partner, parang kilala ko na yan, ha?
Yes, partner. So for our first guest for today's program, she is a pretty young artist, outstanding and blessed with a quality and pleasing voice. She's the voice behind the classic Endong song entitled Sol at Luna. Let us all welcome Miss Jaco.
Mabuhay! Kumusta kayo? Ako nga pala si Jaco. Salamat sa pag-invite niyo sa akin dito. And kakanta ako ng 2 songs para sa inyo. Sana magustuhan niyo. Tara! Just like rainbows in the sky, you brought color to my life. For no one would ever love me back. It only existed in the past, but now we're talking face to face. I say my life is aching. Could it be you more and more? But that would make me such a boy. You always dazzle me effortlessly. I'm sure that you get tired of me. Been overthinking way too much about how life's supposed to run. Thinking of future situations I just can't help but always question. What if it's not fun anymore? Just like you, I'm just as bored. So won't you come and bring the spice? And don't forget to bring the rice. I know that all of this is sweet. I'm sure that you'll get tired of me. And on the moment you grabbed my hand, I knew you were the one. So don't let go, 'cause our story has a long way to go. you to be tired of me. So tell me you're not tired of me. I don't want you to be tired of me. tumiyak ng malakas, kay maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at uulan ng malakas, ako'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at tumiyak ng malakas, ika'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at tumiyak ng maulan ng malakas, ako'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at tumiyak ng malakas, ika'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at uulan ng malakas, ako'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa upang magpakalakas, gumawa ng alaala. Gusto kong makasama ka, sabay natin pagmasdan, paglakas ng ulan. Gusto kong mapag-isa at tumiyak ng malakas, ika'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa at uulan ng malakas, ako'y maaalala mo. Gusto kong mapag-isa upang magpakalakas, gumawa ng alaala. Gusto kong makasama ka, sabay natin pagmasdan ang paglakas ng ulan. And thank you so much for listening, for watching. And before I end this, I also want to congratulate the graduating students. Congratulations sa inyo. Pursuing arts is going to be gratifying. And there may be hurdles along the way, but I know that you can do it. Kaya nyo yan. Basta wag kayo mag-overstress or mag-overwork. Kasi para hindi mabigat sa inyo. Kasi usually pag arts, parang passion nyo yan, ganun. Parang mahirap kapag yung bagay na gustong-gusto mo, nagpapabigat sa'yo. Kaya, wag kayong maging hard sa sarili ninyo. And enjoy nyo lang. I hope na hindi mawala yung passion nyo. And have fun. Good luck sa inyong lahat. And stay safe. Thank you ulit. Bye-bye.
Grabe, pag kumanta talaga si Miss Jacob, grabe, mag-feel mo yung mga emotion niya sa pagkanta niya. Para kung naglulutang-lutang ba?
Kaya nga, nung napakinggan ko nga yung kanta niya na Sol at Luna, grabe, para akong pinapatulog. It sounds like a lullaby. So, thank you for that wonderful performance and message, Miss Jaco. And to finally complete the piece of this performance, we will be having another guest. He's very lovely teacher in our beloved DCNHS. He's known as the coach of English TV broadcasting team who joined DSPC and RSPC. To learn more about radio and TV broadcasting, let us all welcome Sir Dennis Solis.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, sir.
Magandang
Good morning
umaga,
po.
magandang buhay po sa inyong lahat.
Welcome po, sir. Kamusta po kayo?
I'm very good. I'm doing well naman po. Nandito po ako ngayon sa bahay. So I'm working din naman po kahit nasa bahay. And right now, nandito tayo ngayon sa online art talk show ninyo, and I'm given the privilege to be speaking about script writing. So thank you very much for inviting me. And first of all, I'd like to greet our school principal, Sir Medardo De Leon, and of course all the teachers of both junior high school and senior high school, and everyone watching us right now. Thank you po sa pagtutok dito sa ating online arts talk show.
Thank you very much po sa pag-accept ng invitation po namin, sir.
So ayun sir, later on we will be having our question and answer portion. So for those people na interested in this field, this will be a nice opportunity for you to learn new things, so don't be shy to ask questions. Huwag po nating patagalin pa at sabik na po kaming sa pag-uusapan natin ngayon, Sir Dennis. Magandang araw po at handa na po kaming makinig.
Okay, thank you very much po. So let's start the ball rolling now. Allow me to share to you my screen. So there you go. So once again, good morning to everyone. Magandang buhay po sa lahat po ng mga nakatutok po ngayong umaga dito sa Online Arts Talk Show. Once again, I am Sir D, and today I am tasked to talk about the fundamentals or the basic tenets of script writing. So, what is script writing and why do we write script for any production? So, I'd say it's any production because like any production, there must always be this script which we actually follow for the production process. So, I am privileged to be talking about script writing and what are the things that we need to consider in script writing? What are the general principles that we need to consider in script writing? So I'm going to be talking about script writing in the both TV and radio. However, I will also be talking, or I might be also be touching a little bit of TV-based instruction, no? Because this is actually the in-demand, okay, the in-demand type of script nowadays, considering that we are in the new normal. But again, script writing is not that easy as what others think of. No, script writing is a bit challenging for the script writers or for any members of the team. So I've experienced this when we joined different contests like DSPC, RSPC, and even in my lectures in the regional and the national journalism trainings on TV and radio. So I was given the privilege to be talking about this, and script writing for many, they consider it as the art and the craft, okay, of writing scripts for mass media. So it is the basic way of or the fundamental or the building block of any production processes. Like if you are writing or if you are in a production like talk show like this, of course you cannot just present a production without any script. There must be something that you need to follow. There must be something that you need to check, no, in terms of the content, because creating content is part of the script writing. So it is an art and it is a craft that everybody should know, should be considered, should be mastered, so that everyone can actually make a quality video production. So even if you are in a TV news production, online production, or a talk show like this, kailangan mo yung script na meron tayo. Kasi yun ang susundin natin talaga. Okay? So, script is basically the production copy or the news copy. So, gaano ba kaimportante na meron tayong copy ng script? Of course, hindi tayo makakabuo ng isang kwento o ng isang production kung wala tayong script. So walang technical production kung walang script. So it is very much important that we should prepare first a compelling content for our script. And when we say compelling content, we are talking about of a quality content. Okay? Pinag-isipan, pinagplanuhan, at talagang well-researched content. Okay? We are not just going to make a script out of nothing, but we make script based on facts, based on researches. Okay? So, yun ang kailangan nating i-consider. So, what else? Script writing is the planning stage, or we call it in the production processes, the pre-production. And there are 3 stages of the production processes: the pre-production, the production the stage, and then the post-production stage. So ang script writing po ay nasa pre-production stage. So it's the planning stage of the entire production. So when we talk about planning stage, that comprises 70% of the work. So hindi ibig sabihin na okay lang, madali lang gumawa ng script. A lot of people would underrate the script writing, but actually it's not. It's the 70% of the entire work in the production process. So how could you ignore that? How could you take that for granted, where in fact the entire almost 70% of the entire production is actually allotted in the pre-production, where you actually write your script, where you actually plan with your team members, where you actually research about the content which you will include in your production. So ito yung mabigat na trabaho. Okay? Ito yung mabigat na trabaho because it's 70% of the work. Hindi ganun biro yung script writing. Dahil pinag-iisipan, pinagpaplanuhan lahat ng bawat detalye na ilalagay mo sa content. And later on, this would be shown. Okay? From the script, it would be shown into the graphics. Okay? And later on screen. So, importante na dito pa lang sa pre-production stage or in the script writing stage na pagplanuhan maigi, na research ninyong maigi yung content ninyo so that you would have a compelling content later on which will be watched by many. Okay? And in that way, if you have a compelling content, you will glue your audience to start to watch the video production from the beginning towards the end. Okay? So 70% po yun, no? Tandaan po ninyo. So don't take it for granted. Underrated kasi ang script writing. Yun ang sinasabi ng iba. But for me as a script writer, this is very important. So you should take note that you must have a compelling content of your script. So from the very beginning towards the end, dapat na pagplaplanuhan ninyo. Even how you actually put storyboards or story illustrations in your script, that is also part of script writing. Okay, because that later on this script will be communicated to your technical team, and it's the job of your technical team now to do, okay, what you envisions, and it will be shown on screen later on. So that's it. Now, the script is for any production process, the script is usually written in split page format. In a typical contest, we only use these 2 sides, no? The left side and the right side. So the left side is the video and audio cues. So that's the video cues and audio cues. Ito yung mga naka-capital letters, naka-underline, sometimes naka-bolden to make it easier to understand and to make easy at para mas madaling makita. Okay? And then the second side naman, the right side, is actually the text to be read aloud or the spoken part, no? Ito yung nakalagay yung talagang babasahin ng anchors, ng reporters, or ng host, okay? Para mas madaling ma-deliver. So, there are also other things that you need to consider when you are actually preparing a split page format of their script. Okay? So, meron tayong mga cues na tinatawag or instructions or even mechanics na tinatawag para mas madali nating masundan yung pagsusulat ng script. And later on, hindi mahirapan yung ating mga technical team kasi doon nagkakaroon ng konting glitch kapag ka hindi malinaw sa mga technical team yung script na ginawa mo. So it has to be clean, it has to be concise, and it has to be correct, no? Yun yung mga elements kasi ng isang script. Aside from that, it has to be complete and it has to be credible, no? So you do not actually just write out of nothing, but actually you write, okay, based on facts. Okay. Next. Ito yung ating pong sample TV script for DSPC and for RSPC, and this was a copy from the News Insider. News Insider, for the information of everyone, is actually the official TV news production team na nakikipag-contest sa DSPC and RSPC. And this was used in the year 2018 when we joined the RSPC. Okay, and we rank second place in that competition. So you have there the TV station, the news program, the broadcast date, the icon, the slug, the sum, and the anchor spiel or the lead in. So the question is, how do you know much about this jargons? No, of course, you guys are media enthusiasts or media personalities in the future. So it is but fitting that you should, know this jargons well, so that you will be acquainted with the different terminologies that we use in TV and radio script writing. So yung icon na yan, yung tinatawag natin, if you're watching TV Patrol or 24 Oras, the icon is actually placed on the right side of the anchor. Okay? Yung nag-a-appear dito sa gilid. Okay? Where there is actually a short caption, okay, on screen. And then the slug, yun yung actually yung slug kasama nung sum yan, yung summary tab sa baba, kasama ng mga crawling text, okay, kung saan nakalagay yung mga news headlines, yan. And then yung yung sum, yun yung summary ng news mo, at yung slug ay yung nasa taas mismo ng summary. Okay. And then the anchor spiel is the lead in. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo dyan, nahati yung script natin into video and audio format. The video is on the left side, which is the video and audio cues, and the audio is the spoken part, okay, na sinasabi ng ating mga hosts or ng ating anchors. So ganyan ang isang pang-example ng isang radio naman. Okay, meron tayong iba't ibang parts dyan. May mga sits na tayong tinatawag dyan. When we talk about sits, we are talking about situationers. Ito yung mga video clip ng, yan, for example, sits ng lubog na baha. So, video clip ng isang parteng ng dagupan na lubog sa baha. Yan, Subunuan Bukig Elementary School. So, sits ng tubig sa kalsada, sits ng baha, yan. Tapos, meron pa tayong mga CGen or tinatawag nating character generator. Ibig sabihin yan, kung meron kayong in-interview na isang tao, isang individual, so mag-a-appear yung pangalan niya sa lower third, yun ang ating pong character generator. So as you can see, it is divided into two, the video cues and the audio cues, and then of course the spoken text or the spoken part, which is on the right side. Okay. Sir, script writing on radio, on TV naman, magkaiba po ang pagsusulat nila. It is because, kung mapapansin nyo sa ating example, sa radio, napakahaba. Why? Because it is more detailed, okay? Because of course, your listeners would like to understand more about what's happening, okay, in the event through your words. So kailangan mas detailed ka sa yung mga sinasabi when you are actually broadcasting on radio. But that is actually different naman on TV because your news is actually supported by a visual storytelling or visual material. So there's no need to be wordy when you are actually broadcasting something on TV. Okay? So your visual storytelling would suffice now your news stories. Okay? So mas maikli sa TV ang pagsulat ng script kumpara sa radio. Yun isa sa mga difference nila. Next. Okay. Let's move on to the 4 C's in script writing. So, ano yung mga 4 C's in script writing natin? Let's have the first C. The first C is conceive. Okay, when we talk about conceive, this is actually where you think of what to put in your script. What content will you include in your content, in your script? This is the stage where you actually plan, where you actually discuss to your teammates or your team members kung ano yung ilalagay nyong content sa script po ninyo, whether it is a talk show, whether it is a news production, or an online talk show like this. I believe you started it with conceptualizing, conceiving what should be included in your material. So this is a very basic, basic part of script writing, planning stage, researching stage, brainstorming stage. It is a must. No? Hindi naman kayo pwedeng nag-present lang ng ganitong online talk show without actually talking to one another what particular content are you going to present and who will be your guest for today. Since I believe this is your first online arts talk show, so napaka-importante that you actually conceive and plan and then research and brainstorm and discuss among your team members, no? So conceive, ano ang ilalagay kong content sa aking script. So if you are thinking of a radio program or a TV program, so what are the headlines that you are going to include? Of course, the most recent headlines or news stories. If you are going to talk about a talk show, of course, what particular genre am I going to deal with? Am I going to deal with youth? Am I going to deal with politics? Am I going to deal with religious aspect? Am I going to talk about lifestyle? Iba-iba. So you have to talk about this first before you actually present or before you actually write the entire script. The second C is collect. When we talk about collect, this is where you actually gather facts, gather data, gather information from different reliable sources. You don't just actually gather information from an unreliable source. So when we talk about reliable source, this can be first-hand source or second-hand source. So when we talk about first-hand source, pwedeng yung mga taong i-interview natin, people who are actually involved personally in a certain event. When we talk about second-hand source, we talk about stories related to this particular event, like news stories that were already printed or were already published online. Okay, then we make stories out of it. Okay, trying to get a good angle of the difference, trying to get a good angle of that particular story to make it a different one. Okay, so second stage is collect. The third one is construct. This is where you actually prepare now your script. This is actually where you write now your script. Okay, so a detailed script, a comprehensive script, a crisp script. No, so after collecting, after brainstorming, this is the time that you construct now your script. You prepare now your script. And then lastly, the last C is correct. So this is the stage where you actually revise and edit your work or even proofread your work. It's not enough that you have just gathered data from a reliable source and then write your script and then brainstorm with your team members, but it's also better that you should correct, okay, your script before airing it, before the shooting part, before the technical team will go and proceed with their technical aspects like production stage, okay, or actual shooting. So kailangan nako-correct natin yung mga maling part. Even if, even just a simple name or even a simple position like that, that's very important. You have to be very meticulous when it comes to your script, because once a live program is on air, ang hirap at mayroong mali, ang hirap bawiin po nun. Okay? So, it is better that you should correct first your script prior to the actual shooting or the production process or production stage. So how do you correct? Of course, you can actually consult your coach. You can actually consult any reliable sources or persons that are actually acquainted to media broadcast. Okay? So, importante po yun. 4 C's. Okay? Conceive, collect, construct, correct. Okay. The next one, I'd like you to remember that a scriptwriter has a scriptwriter's workflow. So ito yung normally ginagawa natin. We draft the script, we check this, we check the content of the script, and then after checking the content of the script, and then technical checking will come in, and then finalize the script. So itong apat na key stages na to ang kailangan sundin po ng ating mga script writers, whether you are on the news production or an online production or a talk show production, kailangan po ninyo i-follow itong workflow na ito. So draft your script. Actually, minsan nakakailang drafts ka. And then, saka i-check yung content kapag okay na. Kapag okay na yung content, sometimes may mga pinapa-revise pa dyan. So you need to work on the revisions again before it will be given to the technical team for the actual shooting. And then of course, kung may mga concerns sa mga technical team, kung for example, hindi masyadong kaya ito, maybe we could just do this, or maybe we could just adjust a little part of this, story illustrations or storyboard, then consultation is actually a key in making your workflow effective with the technical team. And of course, after your technical team has approved your work, then that's the time that you actually finalize your script for the actual shooting. Ayan. So take note of that. If you are an aspiring script writer, then medyo mabigat po ang trabaho po natin. Kung nakikita nyo po ang mga script writers sa Showtime at sa Itbulaga, sila po ay ang pinakapunong abala because they are the ones actually writing, the spills of the host or even the anchors on TV Patrol and 24 Oras. So napakabigat po ng trabaho ng isang script writer, no? Next, if you are able to follow the 4 C's in script writing, then you would be able to have a compelling content. Okay? So compelling content means to say a content that is of quality, a content that is error-free. So importante po ang mga yan. Okay? So bakit ba papanoorin ng isang viewer ang inyong video production? Well, of course, it comes from a compelling content. And that is very true because for YouTube vloggers out there, sinasabi nila na ang hirap gumawa ng content. Because when you create a content, it should not be a replication of what you have actually published or what you have actually shown on your YouTube channel. So iba na namang content ang ipapakita mo. So that's how difficult it is to think of a more compelling content. More so when you are on TV and radio, no? Now let's move on to the alphabets of script writing. So the first alphabet of script writing is A, active voice. If you are in a news production, see to it that your news headlines is always written using the subject verb object format or SVO format. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Of course, babalik tayo sa isang English grammar lesson that the subject should agree, okay, with its verbs. And the verb is always in the present tense if you are actually writing on English, but that is actually different in Filipino. Dahil sa Filipino naman po, nauuna si verb to make the headline more striking. So, nandyan yung mga examples natin, no? Sa English, iba. Sometimes nauuna most of the time rather, nauuna ang ating subject followed by the verb following the SVO format. So kung papansinin ninyo, may pagkakaiba ang pagsulat ng scripts sa printed newspapers at sa mga TV and radio scripts natin. So mahaba rin po ang pagsulat sa printed copies, okay, sa mga newspapers kumpara sa radio and TV. Because of course, sa printed newspapers, it is not supported by any audio or video material. Rather, it is just a pure text, no? So kailangan mas detailed ang pagkakasulat natin sa printed, okay? Letter B, please make sure, letter B is all about brevity. So please make sure that you write short sentences without missing the point. So it is a given fact that when you are writing on radio and TV, it should be short, okay, but meaty. It should be short but correct. It should be short, but you should not miss any important facts or details, okay? Letter C, credibility. Of course, when you are in a news production or in a typical talk show production or kahit na anong production yan, dapat may credibility ka. Okay? And how do you establish your credibility? Of course, you have to maintain a balance and unbiased reporting. Okay? See to it that you only present what is factual, what is true. Okay? Hindi pwedeng nagsasabi ka dyan ng isang opinion out of a baseless thing. Okay? So kailangan it is always supported by evidences. Okay? To maintain your credibility as an anchor or as a host or as a script writer. Next, direction. The copy should be logical and should be imbued with the basics in storytelling. In broadcast news, it is always in a linear form. And within the structure of the story is from the lead towards the facts, towards the supporting details. So it's in a linear form. And you should actually take into consideration that you need to have a story that is linear, moving towards like a line. So ganun siya. Okay, like a line. Mayroong direction. Okay, that's the direction that you wanted to have in your script. Why? Because it would be easy for your audience to actually follow what you are actually presenting. Okay, so kagaya nito, mayroon kayong outline ng inyong program, and that is actually the direction that I am talking about. No. So sa isang contest, TV news contest, meron ganitong klaseng format. This is actually what we call the outline or the news flow. So nakikita nyo po yan. May mga anchor 1, anchor 2 po tayo. And then the parts of the news production, we have the OBB, the headlines, the intro, the GUP1, and the first 3 news story before yung teaser or yung ating commercial GUP. And then of course, followed by 2 remaining other stories, and then the extra and the closing billboard. So, hindi ganoon kadali ang pag-script writing. There are a lot of things that you need to consider talaga. Mula sa pinakaumpisa hanggang sa pinakadulo, lahat yan ay pinag-iisipan pong mabuti. More so with the stories that you're going to include. Diyan pa lang sa isang DevCom na yan, umaabot na tayo ng halos 2 araw sa pag-iisip kung anong infomercial lang pwede mong i-present. And that's not easy because infomercial should be very compelling. No? Kailangan striking. Kailangan makatotohanan, kailangan realistic, and it should be relevant and timely to what's happening in the current situation. Next, ayan, that's an example of a news story lineup. And then efficiency. Of course, to be an effective news writer, you should always come up with a copy that is clean and minimum with minimum revisions. So dapat error free nga, kung baka mas maganda kung error free. Okay? And it should be clean. Clean from what? Clean from any biases. Okay? So kailangan you only talk about what is factual and what is true. Ayan, sabi ko kanina, factual. Always remember that an anchor of the copy is the gathered data and authenticity. So factual is tantamount to an authentic information. Okay? Relevant information. So kung kayo ay nasa isang talk show, then see to it that the gathered data ay totoo at na-research ng mabuti. If you don't know the person, then you have to research well about the person. You can actually have an interview or a pre-interview bago kayo sumalang sa ere. Okay? To make sure that your content is authentic. It comes from the first-hand source. Letter G, the grammar. Make sure that the copy is grammatically and technically correct. Why grammatically correct? Of course, we don't want to watch a production wherein there is so much error in grammar. Otherwise, may iba yung konteksto ng balita or ng content natin kapag mali-mali ang mga grammars natin. And of course, technically correct dahil syempre, kaya nga tayo gumagawa ng script dahil gusto natin na yung script natin both grammatically and technically correct wherein the visual should complement the spoken part. Okay? Hindi pwede na kung ano yung sinasabi ng host mo ay iba sa pinapakita mo. They should complement to each other. The visual material and the spoken part, they should complement. Okay? It has to be technically correct. Letter H, headline. So write your headline in few words as possible using the subject verb object format if you are following the English medium. But in Filipino medium, iba naman po. Mas nauuna si verb kaysa kay subject dahil mas pinapakita natin sa Filipino yung striking verb na nangyayari in that particular event. Letter I, inverted pyramid, the traditional form of news writing with few revisions. Yes. I don't know kung familiar kayo sa pagsulat ng balita, but just to give you a quick quick idea. In the inverted pyramid, mas nauuna lagi yung lead natin, the lead part. Okay? And what comes after the lead part is actually our second paragraph, which we call it the bridge. It actually connects the lead and the second paragraph where in fact it just supports the lead, okay, of your news story. And then what comes after the bridge is actually the supporting details or the facts, and the last part is the tail. So it's always on an inverted pyramid if you are actually dealing with a news production. But in a broadcast news or in a broadcast production such as this, it has to be linear naman. Okay? So it has to follow that certain form para mag-guide po natin ang ating mga audience, and it would be easy for them to understand your flow of your program or your production. So nakikita niyo yung mga sample na yan. We have there the verb eyes, okay, arrest, says. These are in present tense. If you are writing in English medium, it is always, your headline should always be in the present tense to make, kahit na nangyari na ito dahil it only means that we wanted to make the headline fresh and up to date. Letter J, it's all about jargon. So you should be adept with the newsroom glossary. So marami tayong terminologies actually sa TV script writing and radio script writing. So kagaya ng mga sinabi ko kanina, like the icon, the violator, or we call it the locator, nakalagay yun sa upper left side portion ng screen ninyo, yung summary tab, yung crawling text, yung logo, marami pa. Okay? The bumper, alam niyo yung mga yan. Dapat kabisado niyo yung mga yan. And then of course, the jargons we have the technical directions or technical cues, and then the music cues. Kailangan po familiar po kayong mga yan. Sa mga fade in, fade out, music in and out, dapat alam niyo po ang mga bagay na yan because these are jargons that are very much used. Okay? They are very much utilized sa mga script writing po natin. And it will serve as a guide or springboard for your technical team for them to be able to follow the smooth conduct of your production. Letter K, it's keen observation. You can optimize this in covering an event, press conference, and ambush interview. Yes, you can. When you are actually in the event itself, okay, kailangan you must have a keen observation, looking into the ins and outs of the production or the the entire program or the event. So when you have an ambush interview, ito yung bigla ka nalang lalapit doon sa prominent person or the keynote speaker, and then you will actually interview the person about a particular event or a particular idea. Then they have to be keen when it comes to his content. Okay? Yung kanyang mga sinasabi, yung kanyang mga dineliver na messages, yon. So maybe you can actually get questions out of those messages that the speaker has delivered. No? Kailangan ganun. You have to be keen. Letter L is the lead, the first paragraph of the story, and this is actually where you put so much climax, okay, to your news story. And it's very important that you must have a winning lead. It is because this is the part wherein you actually hook your audience and your listeners to listen and to watch your video. Okay. Letter M, script writing is multitasking. Yes, because a scriptwriter is a researcher, a scriptwriter is a team player, a scriptwriter is an editor, a scriptwriter is a proofreader, okay, and a scriptwriter is a grammarian. So maraming trabaho ang isang scriptwriter, and it's not that easy. Well, some people would underrate script writing, but actually it shouldn't be, okay, because script writing entails a simultaneous duties. Okay, and then I'd like to emphasize that, no, 70% of the work in a video production goes with script writing. So mahirap, pero challenging, pero fulfilling naman kapag ka yung na-envision mong story from out of the paper, and then it will be put on the technical graphics and it will be shown on screen successfully, then it's a rewarding feeling. Okay. Letter N, nose for news. It's referred to as the ability to decipher newsworthiness. Ibig sabihin, dapat updated ka sa lahat ng mga happenings, sa mga news events, sa lahat ng mga different lifestyle shows, sa lahat ng mga programs and activities, even if you are in the school lang. So, kailangan alam mo pa rin yung mga iba't ibang nangyayari sa paligid mo. You must have a nose for news, no? Kailangan bang ibalita tong programa na to? Kailangan bang ibalita yung activity na to? Kapag oo, then you have to decipher now kung ano yung mga details ng balita na yan. Okay? So, nose for news. Oh, objective. It should be unbiased reporting, no more, no less. So, wala kang idadagdag, wala kang aalisin. You just have to present what is actually factual and objective. Precision. You should always put premium on accuracy. So when we talk about accuracy, we talk about, let's say, for example, you injected statistics or numbers or data. Then you have to be accurate with the data, because even if just a simple decimal or a small point, it's still, okay, a decimal and a point. And it has to be accurate, okay? So you should put premium on accuracy of your data, your facts, and your statistics if you included them in your content. Q, quotes. Maximize the quotes coming from your sources since it gives authenticity to your copy. Well, actually, the quotes will in a TV script writing, yung mga quotes natin will actually come from the reliable sources. Ito yung mga prominent persons sa kini-interview natin, and we call it the SOT, no? Okay, sound on bites. So the quotes may refer to the sound on bites, which you can actually include in your story to make it more reliable, okay? Coming from the first-hand source. So quotes. Reportage is letter R. It's the completeness of the entire elements from the headline towards the lead and towards the body and towards the supporting details or the tail of the story. So lahat kompleto. Okay? Kaya nga isa yun sa mga element ng script writing that it has to be complete in all aspects. Okay? That's the reportage. S naman, the structure. You should always follow the ideal structure format. For the news, it's inverted pyramid. Okay, that's also for the radio and the TV. However, in the TV, mas shorter siya because one paragraph is one sentence, while radio, it is more detailed compared to TV dahil mas sinasabi natin or binobroadcast natin in detailed form through words to make our listeners know more about what's happening in the event. Okay? So there are certain structure and format that you need to follow. But again, meron din tayong tinatawag na linear format. Okay? Na kadalasan natin ginagamit sa mga online talk show, or sa mga lifestyle events natin. Okay. The next one is timeliness. You should always give premium on the immediacy. So kapag ka meron tayong mga current news stories, of course, yun ang mga nilalagay talaga natin on top of the other stories because we value timeliness. Okay? We value immediacy of that certain news story. So kung kung nangyari lang ito kahapon lang, then it can be part of your news content. Okay? You put premium on the immediacy and timeliness of your news stories. Letter U, it's understanding, absorb the facts gathered, be able to process and make story out of it. So aside from having nose for news, it is also a must that you understand what you are writing about. Okay? In order to make a story out of it, make a news story of your own. Okay? And have a different angle of the story to make it fresh and up to date. That's how you do understanding and the script writing. And then letter V, you should always have a clear account of the details collected. Yes. So like what I've said earlier, the second C is actually all about collecting data. And of course, you should have a clear account of the data you gathered so that when you present your facts and your news stories, or even if you are on air, it would be an error-free production. Okay. Letter W, well documented. So every account should be based on what you've gathered. Again, so from reliable sources, whether it is first-hand or second-hand sources. Letter X, the Xerox literally means copy, but make sure yours is an original output. So from the stories that you actually brainstorm to include in your content or in your script, then you make your original output. Do not have a replicated output, okay? So make your own story. Letter Y, yearning. You should always be hungry and longing for information. You must have the ability to have an in-depth analysis of what the news is all about, or why are you presenting this story all about. Okay? Kung kayo ay nasa news production, why is it important that your audience would watch this video? Why is there a need for your audience to listen to you? No? If you are in a talk show, then why should your audience watch your video material? Okay? So may in-depth storytelling tayo dapat. Okay? And then letter Z, you should have an eager desire to or effort to achieve your objective, which is to inform and to educate. And that's the main purpose of broadcasting, whether online, radio, print, or TV. So the zeal to inform and to educate your viewers and your listeners. Okay, that's the alphabets of script writing. Now, general principles in script writing. Use only the spoken words of everyday speech. Ibig sabihin nun, mas madaling maiintindihan dapat ng mga makikinig or ng manonood yung inyong mga words na gagamitin. Do not use highfalutin words that cannot be actually absorbed or understand by an ordinary person. So the simpler, the better. Mas madaling maintindihan kung ito ay simple words lang. Okay? You are tasked to express and not to impress your viewers or your listeners. The broadcast style should be natural. It should be conversational in approach. Your script, okay, whether it is an ad lib or a spill coming from your host or your anchor, it has to be conversational in tone. So when we speak about conversational, para ka lang nakikipag-usap sa audience mo, okay? Script writing is between the broadcaster and the audience, and it is very important that there must be a good connection between between the broadcaster or the host and the reporter, and of course your audience. And how do you deal with that? you can actually achieve that when you have a good rapport, when you actually have that conversational style in your manner of delivery. Okay. So in script writing, use simple and declarative sentences. Split a long sentence into 2 or 3 sentences. You have to remember that in TV script writing, one sentence is one paragraph. Okay, so if you have 5 sentences, that's already 5 paragraphs. Okay, and in the TV script writing, uh, mas maikli, mas maganda. Para at least hindi ginagahol ng hininga yung ating anchors. But that's different with radio script writing, because in radio script writing, it's a bit longer than TV script writing. Okay? It becomes more detailed. More so kapag ka nasa print ka naman. Mas mahaba do. Mas mahaba yung sentences na ginagamit natin sa printed news papers. Next, provide the phonetic spelling for unfamiliar words or jargon. Yes, kapag hindi nyo kabisadong bigkasin or basahin yung word na yan because it sounds unfamiliar to you, then you have to enclose that in a parenthesis. So for example, the word tsunami, so that should be enclosed, okay, in a phonetic spelling. Tsunami. So tsunami. Okay? So mas madaling maintindihan, mas madaling bigkasin ng host or ng anchors kung na ito ay naka-phonetic spelling, lalo na hindi ito familiar sa kanila. Next, simplify text, especially figures. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Kapag let's say for example, 100 plus yung affected families, okay, 100 plus. So pwede mo nang sabihin more than 100. Or pwedeng, kung almost 100, like 99 or 90 plus, then you could say almost 100. Okay? So you can simplify that. Okay? Especially mga figures ang pinag-uusapan natin. Lalo na pag mga million or thousands, you can just simplify it. Then write clear and informative scripts to conform to your objective, which is to inform and educate. So clear and informative. So ayan, a sentence is a paragraph in itself. So please remember, in TV script writing, one paragraph is one sentence. You have to be straight, direct, and conversational in your script. Okay? So pag sinabi ko na kanina yan, conversational, para ka lang nakikipag-usap sa viewers mo or listeners mo. Even your spills and your cues or ad-libs. So don't cram all the information in a single sentence. Split them if it's necessary. It is important for the news writer to remove unnecessary wording which might only clutter the story. So kailangang i-concise mo yung news story mo. The most important information must be in the first few sentences. That's the lead, okay, where you put actually the climax of your news content. Shorter scripts will allow your anchor and presenter to give justice to the scripts. Yes, kasi kapag mas shorter yung ating script, mas madaling i-deliver. At hindi magbabakal yung ating mga hosts or yung ating mga reporters. So your script should be factual. As I always tell you that, don't manufacture data and details. So kung if your data comes from a reliable source, make sure it's accurate. If your data comes from a second-hand source like a printed material, then it has to be factual also. Please make sure that the names and designations of your sources are correct. Yes, lalo na pag nakikipag-contest kayo, napaka-importante po na tama ang mga nilalagay po ninyong information. Even if the spelling should be correct, no? Even pati mga designations dapat tama. Okay? Huwag kayo maglalagay ng hindi kayo sigurado. If you are not certain about what to put, you can ask the person right away. Next, your script should weave together all the elements you have gathered for your story. Meron tayong tinatawag sa TV based instruction na three split page format. So meron tayong storyboard or story illustration, meron tayong visual cues, at meron tayong spoken part. So tatlo yun. Okay, that's the TVI. the TV-based instructions. So doon sa story illustration or storyboard, doon nakikita na kagad yung graphics na ilalagay ng technical editor mo or ng graphic designer or ng animator mo. Okay, doon sa storyboard. Para at least na-envision mo na ngayon kung ano yung magiging itsura, okay, ng output ninyo sa screen. Don't use the same word twice in a sentence. Yes. Meron akong nabasa na newspaper at hindi ko na lang sasabihin kung ano 'yon, no. Pero ginamit na niya yung word na, for example, isinagawa, okay, sa headline, tapos sa lead niya or sa first paragraph niya, isinagawa ulit. So parang that's redundancy. So you have to avoid that. Okay? Don't use the same word twice in a sentence. Use adjectives whenever necessary to convey concrete images. Lalong-lalo na kapag kayo ay nasa radio script writing or radio production, dahil ang mga audience mo ay listeners ang mga yan. So they need to visualize yung scenario based on what you actually convey and what actually report. Okay? So you can actually use adjectives but do not complicate the use of the adjectives. Huwag nang masyadong madami naman. And then your video material, your icons, images, or symbols must be parallel to the narration in your script. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, your visual storytelling must complement with your audio material or your spoken material. Use abbreviations, acronyms sparingly and properly. Yes, huwag kang mag-i-start ng balita mo with an acronym. So, the Department of Health or DOH says or orders, so kailangan pong lagi po tayong nagsisimula sa isang buo na definition ng isang acronym. Do not start with an acronym right away. Lalo na't hindi alam ng mga iba yan or hindi sila familiar sa mga acronym na yan. They might be thinking, what is the meaning of that acronym? Okay? So, mas maganda kung i-spell out mo na lang. And more importantly, ito ang pinaka dapat nyong tandaan, when you make a script, you have to keep it short and simple. So, I always advise my journalists, my team, to kiss their script. So, when I say you kiss your script, it doesn't mean that they have to literally kiss the script. But what I'm trying to tell is that they have to keep it simple and short. Okay? So, may mga parts na kailangang i-revise, kailangang i-simplify, so you have to keep it short and simple in such a way that it would be understandable, clearer, and better. Ayan, so may mga script writing jargons tayo, mabilis na lang to. Ayan, meron tayong musical direction na tinatawag. Meron tayong visuals direction na tinatawag. I alam ko mga media artists kayo, and I know for a fact that you guys are familiar already with some of this because you basically do this when you actually do your actual shooting. Ayan. So meron tayong musical direction, music up and out, music fade in out, music up and under, music crossfade, and then music segue. Ayan. So alam kong familiar na kayo dyan sa mga musical directions na yan. Ayan. So audiovisual media script directions po ang tawag sa mga yan. Nahahati sa musical direction and the visual directions. Sa mga visual directions naman, we have the shot distance and the shot angle, and then the camera movement. So under visuals direction, meron tayong 3 areas of concern. So shot distance, whether it is a long shot, full body shot, medium shot, close up, or extreme close up. So ito yung mga ginagawa natin when we actually shoot. Okay, actual shooting na po itong mga to. And then of course, the shot angle, we have the high angle, the normal angle, and the low angle. So mga photographers and videographers, I believe, alam na nila kapag sinabing, have a good high angle of the subject. Ayan. So alam nila kung anong gusto ng ipagawa ng isang director. So itong mga to, kailangan familiar kayo because later on in your script, you can actually just put them in an abbreviated form. Okay? So, lagay nyo lang dyan, instead of long shot, pwedeng ilagay nyo lang is LS, NA, tapos LSNA, and then image of the subject while sipping a coffee. Parang ganon. So, meron kayong technical directions na, particularly in the visuals, no? And then in the camera movement, of course, we have the zoom in and zoom out, the panning left and right. So alam niyo na yan, tilt up and down, and the dolly in and out. So moving closer to or farther from the subject. So alam niyo rin yung kung anong panning from left to right, and then zoom in and zoom out. So ito yung mga camera movement under the visual directions na dapat tinitignan natin. Now, I'll give you an example of just a quick example lang of a radio script. Kumuha lang ako ng sample, no? Kasi I believe we only have 1 hour. I think I have consumed much of that. So, last na part na po ito. So, doon sa radio, kung papansinin nyo dito, wala siyang split page. So nakaganyan lang siya. Music up, ibig sabihin nun, you have to increase the volume of your music, and the music that needs to be played is Alapa Up by Eraserheads. So naka-enclose siya sa isang parenthesis, naka-underline at naka-bold din siya. That is to show striking direction coming from on a technical perspective para mas madaling makita. And then biz, ibig sabihin yan ay showbiz. Okay, and then SFX, that's a technical sound, and then man yawning. So you have to play an audio material of a man yawning. And then announcer would say, feeling drowsy. Need something to perk up your mornings? So yun ang kanyang spoken lines. So that's how radio script is written. But actually, that is part of the infomercial or a commercial script. Whereas on a TV or video format, it is in a split page format. The visuals or the visual cues are on the left side, and on the right side naman with the audio or the spoken parts. So nakita niyo dyan, ano yung FBS? It's a full body shot. NA, that is a normal angle of a man sitting up from bed, stretching arms and yawning. So that's the visual direction. Okay, particularly on a shot angle and a shot angle, yes. And then the music audio, ayan, music up, Alapa Up, Eraserheads. And then biz, SFX, man yawning. And then yung CU is a close-up shot of on a normal angle of a man's face. Kasi may NA doon eh. Close-up shot, normal angle of a man's face, hands rubbing at eyes, then looking at camera as if talking to it. So meron na kayong technical visual directions po na sinusunod saan sa TV split page format. And then on the audio part, which is the spoken part, the announcer would say, feeling drowsy? Need something to perk up your mornings? So that's it. So nakalagay dyan yung mga sasabihin ng host ninyo or ng reporter ninyo. Okay? Marami pang kailangang i-consider when you are actually writing, kasi iba po ang pagsulat ng script sa isang TV script writing and broadcasting competition. Iba rin ang pagsulat ng script writing sa isang TV-based instruction. Iba rin ang pagsulat ng script sa mga online talk show programs or mga talk show or lifestyle programs. But other than that, what matters most now is your skill in writing a compelling content. And it will come from a well-researched content, and after which you have to brainstorm, you have to plan, you have to talk about what to include in your scripts, so that when you collect or gather data, it would be easy for you then to identify who will be interviewed and where to get information. And after that, getting information, you can actually start constructing your script, and then write your initial draft, and then checking of the content before it will be approved or it will be forwarded rather to your technical team. And then after which, if everything is okay, and if the technical team would conform to your content, then finalizing your script will come in. And then shooting comes after. So yun po ang ating pong tenets of script writing, or the building blocks of script writing. So yan, I do hope that you're able to learn more about my lecture. Napaka-iksi po ng oras, with as much as I want to tell more about it, but maiksi po yung oras po natin. So thank you very much po for listening and for being with me as I talk about script writing, the fundamentals of script writing, and or the tenets of the script writing. So for any questions, then I'm very much willing to entertain them all. Thank you.
So, yun po sir. May tanong po ako.
Yes.
Strict po ba kayo kapag nag-train po kayo sa TV and radio broadcasting?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Stricto po ba kayo kapag nag-train po kayo sa radio and TV broadcasting, sir?
Yes, actually I'm so strict when it comes to checking everything. I mean, as a coach, you need to see things on a wider perspective. Kailangan pong hindi ka lang nakatutok sa script mo. You actually discuss to your team what should be included, bakit hindi kailangan ipalabas ito, bakit kailangan tanggalin na natin ito, bakit kailangan ganito yung graphics na dapat ilagay dito sa particular story na to. I am so meticulous when it comes to everything. I see to it that what I envision is actually what I envision should be seen on screen. Yun ang gusto kong mangyari. At the same time, when we talk about quality content, then we have to, as a coach, look into all aspects. Quality content, compelling content, the delivery of the host, the reporters, even the graphics that we use has to be well suited to the story itself. Doon.
Ako din po sir, may question din po. Ano po yung mga palagi niyong binibilin sa mga tinitraining niyo?
Pakiulit po, medyo mahina.
Ano po yung mga binibili niyo palagi sa mga tinitraining niyo po?
Binibigay na...
Yung sir, yung mga binibili ninyo, ganun mga advice or payo.
Binibilin mga advice. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to get that clearly. Okay, first of all, they have to look into, they have to be a wide reader. Hindi pwede na pag as a scriptwriter, you have to be a wide reader. You have to be updated with what's happening around you. Yeah, I always tell them to be updated with all the happenings around the school, the community, sa lahat. They have to read news stories from time to time. At the same time, I always tell them to always check their facts. Okay? Kasi pagka nag-on-air ka na, kapag nasabi mo na yan sa broadcast, mahirap nang bawiin kapag ka nagkamali ka. So it is very important that before we air something, it has to be factual, it has to be correct, and it has to be validated. You know? Another tip that I always tell them is to always practice. Okay? In script writing, hindi naman yan agad-agad ma-refine, because as a coach, I always refine their work after we brainstorm. So refining stage is another thing to do. It's another story, no? So practice, sabi nga nila, makes perfect, but actually for me, practice makes your work more refined. Okay? So kung scriptwriter ka, you have to check the details, the information, everything, the ins and outs of your story. Kailangan error-free siya, both grammar and technical. So, kasi kapag may nilagay ka na dyan at sinundan yun ng technical mo, or sinunod yun ng technical mo, at mali pala, So who will be blamed? So it's the script writer, no? Everyone should actually work together and collaborate, the technical and the script writer, so that they will have a complementary working relationship para mas maging maayos, smooth ang ating flow of production. Yun.
So, yun nga po talaga, sir, no? Training and practice makes perfect nga po. And ito po, sir, last
Precisely,
question na
tama.
po. Ano pong masasabi ninyo sa mga gustong mag-participate sa TV and radio broadcasting, sir?
Ayan, that's a very good question. A lot of people would say that it's a daunting task. Yes, it is. And if you don't have the heart in the media, if you don't have a heart in broadcasting, then it's going to be a difficult situation. But if you have a heart and passion into something like this, for those people who aspire to become a media enthusiast, broadcast personalities later on TV, on radio, you must have a courage, no? Okay, you must have a courage to always do your thing, do your part. See to it that you love what you do. At the same time, kailangan masipag ka. Okay? For those who would like to be part of the team, you are very much welcome. If you would like to undergo rigid training, then definitely you are very much welcome in the TV broadcasting or even in the radio broadcasting. And for the information of everyone, baka this coming school year ay meron ng online competition ng TV broadcasting at radio broadcasting, because other regions have already started their online DSBC, particularly in NCR and Memaropa region, and then in the Davao region. So I have actually talked to some of my friends there, and I'm benchmarking with them on how they were able to put up their online DSPC and what are their difficulties, and what have they done so far to make it more successful, even if in a virtual way. So malaking challenge yun, lalo na TV broadcasting ito at radio broadcasting din. So malaking challenge. For individual contest, tingin ko medyo may konting kadalian pa. Pero mabigat yung gagawin sa TV broadcasting at radio broadcasting, pati sa mga ibang group contests. So yun ang wino-work out pa rin hanggang sa ngayon. So for those who are aspiring to become members of the TV Broad and the Radio Broad, you are very much welcome. But please take note that you will be undergoing a rigid training. Kasi we don't train just a month or two. Nag-i-start na kami sa script writing pa lang. So mga 3 buwan, mga ganyan. So medyo rigid talaga.
So, yun po, sir. I'm so happy to hear na possible na magkaroon ng online DSPC po na training. At least po, meron po tayong yung mga aspiring na gustong mag-participate ng TV and radio broadcasting. So, at least mahasa nila yung heart nila to expand their talent, to showcase their talent in terms of script writing and performing, sir. So, yun po. Thank you so much, sir, sa...
In addition lang, I'd just like to commend your senior high school team. Your campus news, I've heard a lot. Am I right? Yung campus news ninyo.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Marie Chris Calianta is the anchor. Of course, Marie Chris is under my under my team, no? So nakakatuwa kayo, to be honest, na nakaka-excite, nakikita ko na you don't actually just confine your talents in just one room, but actually you guys are doing so well in honing your craft even if we are in a new normal. So sabi ko, wow, nagawa pa rin nilang magkaroon ng ganyang campus news production kahit na nasa pandemic tayo. That's, for me, it's nakaka-proud, nakakatuwa. At congrats to the team and sa lahat ng mga tao sa likod ng production na yan.
So, yun po. Thank you so much, sir. Gaya nga ng sabi ninyo, when pag nilagay mo yung puso mo doon, everything will go well. So, yun lamang po, sir. Maraming salamat po ulit, Sir Dennis, for accepting our invitation for the first Arts Online Show. Maraming salamat po at marami po kaming natutunan sa inyo, sir.
Thank you very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to just say thank you to some people. So, first of all, thank you sa lahat ng bumubuo ng the Arts Online Show sa pag-invite sa akin to be your guest speaker for this endeavor. Of course, I'd like to say thank you to Sir Medarlo, to my department head, Ma'am Connie, for allowing me, to be part of this. And of course, to the people behind the camera, I believe Sir Widmark, of course, isa sa mga lodi pagdating sa ganitong aspect, no? Sir, thank you very much to Clara and her team, production team, sa host, of course, thank you so much sa buong junior high school and senior high school na tumutok ngayong umagang to. Thank you so much, and I hope that I am able to serve my purpose and able to share my thoughts and insights about script writing and on TV and radio. I know marami pang dapat matutunan pagdating sa ganitong aspeto, but thank you so much for just letting me be part of this online talk show. Thank you so much po. And congratulations to everyone.
Gusto din namin pasalamatan si Miss Jacos ngayon dahil siya ay nakapag-perform sa live na ito. And if hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe sa kanya, mag-subscribe na kayo sa kanya. And follow her other social media accounts.
So, ayun. Kung nais nyo rin matuto ng iba't ibang art forms, maaari kayong sumubaybay sa mga susunod na live streaming ng Arts Online Show. Kaya, ako muli si Angela Barroso,
si Joy Bina,
at maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa kaunaan ng Arts Online Show. Abangan nyo rin ang next episode sa Thursday.
Save the date!
Huwag nyo palalagpasin yan!
Cast and crew,
So yun, andito na yung mga cast and crew ng first episode ng Arts Online Show live stream entitled My Katha, Words of an Artist.
Let's go. Hi. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye! Thank you so much for watching! Thank you po. We hope you enjoyed!
Okay, guys. Okay na. Ready? Okay na? 3, 2,